All right. Woo! And we are live. Yeah, and I've got this set up because I'm also recording my little podcast thing, or like a little bit of this for the coach's coach thing is what I've decided to call it. Cool. So basically just a quick little one today that shouldn't take too long. Jana's obstructed there. Do you want to maybe come over the other side, Jana? I'll go this way. We're going to sing into the microphone. All right.
Hello, and I...
Yeah, we'll just have it there. The microphone's way too close to one person and only picks up on one.
I'll just speak into it like this.
Yeah. So we are basically just quickly chatting about, like the title says, how we create freedom, stability, and what was the last thing? Freedom, stability, and flexibility. How we create freedom, flexibility, and stability in our businesses as coaches. And basically, like, this is one of the biggest things and what has so much utility these days. I feel like everyone's saying it, almost everyone's doing it, but running things with an online base. So when you are a coach, running things with so for example, for myself, I'm primarily online, and I have 2 face-to-face clients right now, so I just do 5 sessions a week, and that's at my garage gym. So that gives me a lot of freedom by way of that. But even prior to that, I could do no sessions, but I just enjoy doing face-to-face. So to kind of illustrate that, the point of running an online base, even with my face-to-face clients, this is just a little tip for you, is this goes a long way for creating that stability for you, is basically running an online base even for your face-to-face clients. So when you're going face-to-face, what I actually do is I explain this to all my clients when they start up. I run it with an online base, meaning that if they're away, or if I'm away or something has to happen, we can't do sessions that week, then we automatically flip over to an online amount. So that's something I feel like is a good little practical thing that you can implement straight away as face-to-face coaches. Because then technically everyone's an online client, but you're also protected if they're away for a couple weeks or something, and then you just be like, cool, let's do the online programming and that side of things and make something fit for the time that they're away. Obviously, you can discuss that with your client and see what fits best, but I just find building that into our method has really helped with that stability. And just to highlight a little bit, a story I think that highlights that is actually the past 2 days. So I was actually trying to film an Instagram story about this, but I just felt like I couldn't encapsulate it all within a minute. And yesterday evening, I had talked to one of my business mentees who's on his way to becoming a coach. And basically he was saying, well, he's a coach, yeah. But he was saying how he was like, man, I actually love the lifestyle that you live. Like, you have the lifestyle that I want to live. And I realized that it is a very privileged lifestyle to be able to live that we have chosen to build for ourselves, but it is, it still had to be allowed to happen. So even for us to choose it is part of that allowing, but also whatever circumstances need to fall into place for that. So we were just talking about it, and I realized that, so yesterday, 2 nights ago, basically, we had something come up, and Jana and I were up quite late. We were up till like 2 a.m. or something, and so I had to move some stuff around. We had a bit of an emergency come up, and basically we woke up and we had to go straight out. We had to do stuff for Vincent's business that he's just started, his first week of doing that, which is another thing in and of itself. But basically, we had to go get equipment, and we had to go heaps of different places.
Vincent is my brother.
Oh yeah, Vincent's Jana's younger brother, my brother-in-law, basically. So we basically had to go out all day, and it was just back to back, and just driving around doing that stuff all day. going from place to place, things coming up last minute. And what we did, what I realized I could do when I was out doing that stuff is I myself didn't have to get the equipment. I was just driving around and doing that. But I had my phone. So because I'm an online coach, I could do most of my work whilst I was out. And honestly, my minimum amount of work to do a day is about an hour of work a day. So, I mean, at least on my phone. That requires my phone or my computer. So basically, it's given me the flexibility to not have to sit down at my computer or my laptop and then type away and do everything there. I could do all of my work just on the phone. And realistically, I only did 30 to 45 minutes of work that day. And it's been a bit like that this whole week. The stuff's been coming up. We've had to, move some stuff around and just do that. But the income has actually been the same. The base of our income has been the same throughout this week. And I've also had a new client join on, so we've actually increased the income for this week whilst doing all of that. And the point there is, it is a very blessed position that we're in to be able to do that, where it's like we can do 30, 45 minutes of work at a minimum per day of good, solid, focused work, and still be delivering a fantastic service and we're basically helping people in the best way possible because we're really focused with the things that we're doing. We're very clear on what we need to do, and basically it means that we don't have to spread that 30 to 45 minutes of work over 8 hours. Or even if I had sessions to do, I wouldn't be able to do that in that session time. So when I say that, it's basically, it just highlights how you can have the flexibility with that if things come up. Most of the time I'd be putting more work into expanding the business and growing my coaching and that. But I was doing that yesterday as well. So it's that and serving my clients, which is huge because I want to make sure they have the best experience and get the results that they want and just have a fantastic time doing that. And I've been able to do that even though I only had a little window of time yesterday, because then basically it was out, straight back into things. And same as today. So still been doing all my work, doing what I need to get done, and we've had some stuff come up today. It's just been meetings, moving around, setting up stuff for the company, all of that stuff, but I've still been able to do my work. I think if you are an online coach or just a coach at all, you got to look at the way that you're running your coaching, making sure that it's actually giving you more stability, more flexibility, and more freedom, because it can. And that's one of the biggest things, is sometimes we feel obliged to actually work harder instead of working smarter. So it's if I can do an 8 hours worth of work in 1 hour, I'd rather do that in the hour and have my other hours of the day focused on doing other things. But for some reason, there's this big thing. It's like hustle culture in that, where we feel like we have to take up a whole 8 hours. You have to be grinding 16 hours a day. And you can't just do 30, 45 minutes of work on serving your clients a day. It's it has to be all day. But it doesn't. Especially if you set up your systems and everything and your approach to optimize for that, to allow your mind to be functioning at its best and for you to deliver your best to your clients, which is a lot of what I've talked about in the previous episode of the Coach's Coach, is what coaching is about. And it's about you. It's about your mind. That is the biggest thing and most valuable thing that people are coming to you for. That's the value that you have to offer, even more so than the information and that you have.
And that's not to say that if you enjoy coaching face-to-face that you should stop doing that. But I think that sometimes when you get into PT, you just see yourself as a PT, right? Or even coaching, you see yourself as a coach. But I think first and foremost, you are a business owner. So you have to treat it like a business. And just like with any other business, you have other tasks that need to be done. And most people will work 8 hours in their business, but not 8 hours on client fulfillment. So you can enjoy coaching, but if you feel like you have to do 8 sessions a day to pay your bills, then that's where it comes from an unclean energy, because you're not actually serving from a place of wanting to serve. You're serving from a place of lack and feeling like you have to pay your bills. So the way that we've done it is, okay, we don't, because we desire more location freedom and we're gearing up towards potentially moving overseas. And that's what we've been doing for the last few months. And so that's why we've taken a lot of focus away from doing in person, purely because, you know, like, we don't want to be tied down to a place. Now, if you love where you live and you love serving clients, there's nothing stopping you from doing sessions throughout the day, but make sure that you're not doing them just so you can pay your bills. You know, like, you don't have to do 8 sessions a day, 5 days a week in order to pay your bills. There are better ways of doing that. And that kind of ties into, like, how do you want your business to fit into your life? Like, your life should be driven by, you know, values and goals that you want to achieve. It's not all about, you know, how much money you make. And when you take that into consideration, like the lifestyle factors, like where do you want to be in 5 years? How much time do you want to be working? Like what do you want your day-to-day to look like? Like, you have to think about that when you're kind of coming at it from, like, with your business, because if you never set the intention of where you want to go, your business will just always continue as it is. You'll always be stuck on the rat race of, okay, I need to fill up my 8 sessions a day, and you never actually fulfill all the other things that you want to do in your life. And I actually had some new PT come to me and ask me, like, how do I go about setting up my business structure? Like, I don't even know what to do if I want to go online or in person. And I said the first thing was figure out what you want. Like, so I said to them, what do you want your lifestyle to look like in, like, the next 3 to 5 years? Right? Because when we get clear on that, you don't have to know what exactly you do day to day, but the action of setting the intention of, okay, I don't want to work more than 20 hours a week. You then set up a business that supports you only working 20 hours a week whilst being able to pay your bills. But it first comes from setting the intention of what you want your overall lifestyle to look like. Because just focusing on your business or just focusing on how many sessions you have is too short-sighted. That's my 2 cents. But yeah. Hi, Billy. And some Habiba. No, that is not Habiba.
That is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Hello. Hi.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's not Billy as well.
Is it not?
No.
Oh no, it's Icy Fitness.
Yeah.
I don't know
All right.
what it is.
Cool. Well, that's all for this one. Really, it's it's about figuring out what you want to do and then going according to that. Ah, there he is. Billy's here.
I manifested him.
Yeah.
Hi, Billy.
Yeah. So just talking about that, and that would be one of the biggest ways to create that, so that you can live a life as a coach that is abundant as well, like financially abundant, and abundant by way of the gratification that you get from that. That's not just monetary, but as well as that also has flexibility, freedom, and stability. And ultimately, it allows you to thrive and be at your absolute best, service people, and help people even better. So yeah, like I said, running things with a base of online coaching is a really good shout, and something that in this day and age, most people should be able to do. And I honestly think it's fantastic to do, even if you're coaching face to face. It's a pretty big game changer for me there. Anyway, that's all really. This was just a bit of a story time as well. Anyway, we're gonna head out, have date night, have some dinner, and that's it basically. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you feel the need to reach out and find out how you can do this yourself, and you want some help,
but you're just curious.
If you're curious, yeah. If you're curious about reaching out, finding out more about how you can do this, and if I can help you do it, feel free to shoot me a message, and let's chat about it. All right, take care, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye.